Alright guys, how's it going? So, made up a little redneck doohickey for my phone, so it sits up there now instead of being way down here. I'll have to move you guys around every now and then, I guess depending on what we're doing. But, so we had rain all of yesterday. We're up to, they said for us that we should only see about a ½ inch of rain. Now we're up to almost 2 inches. We're up to 1.8 from what my rain gauge says. So things are soaked. And the sun's playing peekaboo a little bit, but it ain't gonna dry out much. So yeah, I don't know. But there's not much you can really do, I guess. So I guess besides just bitching and complaining about it, but made my sub pump come on a few times later on there in the evening and late night there or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be there for next year. I don't know, because it ain't gonna dry out much, you know. It's just not gonna do that. It's not gonna get hot enough now to dry anything out there. So I don't know, I guess we'll let it soak into the ground hopefully a little bit, and it'll be there for next year, you know, depending on how much snow we get. But anyways, so the first part for the saw showed up. This is the only one that I ordered for right now because it was the cheapest out of all of them. So just a sprocket, nothing fancy about it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they got a website. I don't know if it matters to you or not, but so supposedly this is supposed to be it. So it's an 8 tooth. I counted the old one. That's also an 8 tooth. The pitch is a .325. It said that on the old one as well. It's supposed to come with, I think, the bearing as well, or the needle bearing. And apparently this fits quite a few different saws. So you're talking a STIHL 034, 036, 03029, a 039, an MS290, that's what I have, an MS310, MS311, MS340, MS360, 361, 362, 390, and 391. They're all MS's. So we'll do a nice little unboxing and see if we got the right one or not. So supposedly it's supposed to come with a needle bearing too, but I don't know. I don't think it did. So, oh no, it did. Oh, it's in there. Okay. So it did come with the bearing. All right. Now we'll see if that fits on. So there's your little needle bearing. That's the new one. I don't think there was anything wrong with the old one, but you know, if you get it, you might as well put it on. I think it looks almost a little bit different from my old one, but you know, things change, I guess, with time. So we'll see if it fits. And then put that there. And then this is your sprocket. So there it is there. Of course, you can see there's no wearing in the teeth. So I just got a little bit of oil or something on it. Maybe that's just to keep it from rusting. So the 5549, I don't know if that's the part number or if that's just, it is, yeah, part number SP5549. They just put the number in here. So hang on to the box for future use. But I did forget to bring a I'm not sure if it would last or not, but I was going to put in here the date of when I install this with a permanent marker. It probably won't last. It'll probably disappear with time, but so forgot to grab a marker. But surprisingly, this one feels like it's a little heavier. I don't know. So looks pretty much the same, minus the wear and tear, of course. So, but we'll find out if that fits on there. I have to go back to the shop or back to the house, grab a permanent marker, date that so we can see how long it'll last. So there's your old sprocket. Not much good anymore. It probably would still work, but you might as well replace it since you're that far into it. So yeah, let me go to the house real quick, grab a permanent marker, and then we'll start tearing the saw apart, and we'll see if all this fits on here. So I guess just hold on for 1 minute. Okay, so I just got done dating it, inside and outside. I'm sure that won't last forever, but whatever. It's on the inside too, so hopefully that'll keep it fairly on there. So I need to get rid of those things. So I'm not going to really be able to tilt the phone down to really show you guys anything. I got to come up with some kind of a camera that's better for my phone, or a camera mount for my phone. But so what we need to do is I got to get the washer back off so I can get the old needle bearing out, because we don't need that one because it came with a new one, right? So, because these things are kind of course, I guess my trailer has it too, but these things are kind of a nuisance. There, these little E-clip guys or whatever they're called, they're kind of a nuisance. They go shooting off. So, you got like a little washer. So, let's make that stay. Well, I guess it is kind of the same, I guess. It's all dirty now, but clean that. And yeah. So that's your old needle bearing. Personally, I don't really see anything wrong with it, so I probably could have kept on using it. But, so here's your, they're pretty much, they look a little different though. I think it's just the material they're made out of. I'll show you here in a second, but I'm just trying to see if it's all pretty much the same. But, so, there's your new bearing and then your old one. Color is different, but that just might be because how it was made. So we'll hang on to this one as a spare, and we'll see if this fits on her now. Make sure the shaft is nice and clean. Yeah, it fits on there just fine. I kind of wonder though, okay, so the one thing, there is more play in it. Yeah. There's more play in this one. It moves on the shaft, when you have it on the shaft like that. There's more movement in it than in that. So clearly it's getting wore out, but it's still a good spare to get you by for however long you need to get by. So, and then, so yeah, that fits on there. I don't know. Let's see here. If you guys will be able to stay like that or not. So, you're still not going to really be able to see anything, but here's your bearing. And then your new sprocket, which has been dated on the front and on the inside, just depending on what goes on. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that probably won't last, I don't think, on the outside. Because I'm pretty sure the chain will rub against that. Was it doing that on the old one? Not really, I guess, but not really, because they would have wore those numbers out too, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So the best thing probably would have been to use my Dremel tool and actually engrave that into the steel, but whatever. So yeah, that fits in there perfectly. It looks really nice. No slop on it. It all feels fairly snug and tight. Yeah. So we'll put it back together now, because that's really all I have to do there. That's probably like the easiest repair I've done yet to this thing. Should probably get a new one of these, but whatever. So put on the washer, and then the snap or the E-clip, which is going to be a real nightmare. These things are a real pain in the ass to get back on here. So, because I don't really have a tool designed for that. I think they make tools, but I don't have any. So, come on. You kind of have to be careful because you don't want this to go shooting back in your face. Shit. So, never really found out a good way to do this. But that's not really working either, is it? It's right where it needs to be. Just got to get it on there. So, ooh yeah, there we go. All right, we got it on, and of course it caught my skin in the process, but that's all right. No blood yet, so I guess we're all right then. Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt to have maybe a newer washer put on there as well, but whatever. It's not. I don't see any cracks in it. It doesn't look like it's broken or anything. If it starts to become an issue, well, then we'll order a new one for it. But so yeah, so there we go. Repair number 1 has been officially done to the saw now. We have a new sprocket put on and a new bearing. Here's the old bearing, which we'll hang on to just in case this one decides to grenade and we need to, you know, we need a bearing quick. So, but yeah, we'll just put it back in the box. I need to actually get a what do I have that would work? I guess like an ice cream pail would work too. Like I need to have like a parts pail put together for each machine. So like the chainsaw has its own little box of new and used parts. So I'm not having just random shit everywhere. So I would use my shit. I would use my hardware pail, but I remember that's got John Deere stuff in it, which I'm never going to do anything with it anyway. for the old John Deere trimmer that I had. I robbed some parts off of it, thinking I could probably sell them on eBay or something for a few bucks, but we ain't never gonna do that, right? So why I'm hanging on to them, I don't know. But then I got some ice cream pails that would work. And for some reason that's got engine oil in it. I'm not really sure why, but I guess we'll just... That got squished for some reason. So I don't think I have a lid for this. I'll have to grab one out of the house. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just do this for now. So this will be for the chainsaw. It's not very big, but I will I'll have to grab a lid for it. I got plenty of those in the house. So grab something bigger, I guess maybe later on. So we'll just put a, just mark it so we know what it is. If the handle's in the way. Nothing fancy because nobody really cares, right? So good enough. It'll rub off, I'm sure, with time, but I'll have to find a pail. I should be using a 5-gallon pail, I guess, but then I'd have a shit ton of 5-gallon pails everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the next thing I would like to do is the handlebar. That I have to figure out how I'm going to get taken. How that's going to come apart. It's got these special star screws in them, not regular bolts. Because that'll probably be the next thing I order, because that's like the next cheapest thing to get. So, but hey, even just getting the sprocket done, I'm happy with that. And it fits on there perfectly fine. How the chain will ride on that, I'm not sure, but yeah. So I guess what we'll do now, I gotta go to the house, because this takes special, like not special, but you're not gonna do it with an ordinary screwdriver. You would need like Allen wrenches or whatever to get them out. I have some, but I don't know. We'll find out here what we can do with that.
Have a good evening.
So,
Thank you. You too.
yeah, I don't know. I have to figure that one out, because I don't really have a parts book for this thing either, right? So, or even a operator or a shop manual style book for this. I don't have that. So let me go to the house and yeah, I guess I don't know if I want to hang on to that. Do I want to hang on to used parts? I mean, it's good for part numbers, but it's not good for anything. It's not like I'm ever going to use it again. So oh, come on. I don't know. I guess it would work in a pinch if you had to, but I'm probably never going to do that. So, I'm just going to put used on here, so we know that it has a used part in it. So, yeah, let me go do that real quick and I'll get back to you guys. I'm going to see what I have to take the handlebar off, because that's what's going to be next to repair. So a couple underneath. You got 2 on this side, 2, 3, I'm sure, on the other side, whatever else. So yeah, I guess give me 1 minute, I'll be back. Okay, so I got lucky to find what I needed. What the hell is this? It looks like it's a V. Let's see here. It actually comes off. That's not good. It says 27, but yeah, T27, that's what that is. That's what you need to remove it. So I don't think my my regular doohickey is going to be able to withstand that, because those are probably super tight. So if I could find a socket that would fit it. That's too big. Then we could use a socket on this, and I could use my ratchet, and that's way too small. Because I have a ratcheting screwdriver, and I don't think it's going to be able to withstand that. Yeah, that works. So try to get creative, I guess, with what I have. That's what I had to do with the car too. Get creative with tools. So, but yeah, so we'll take the handlebar off next, because that's probably what's going to be next to get fixed. Well, I guess that wasn't too bad, I guess. I don't think the new one will come with screws, so we'll have to reuse the old ones. Which there's nothing wrong with them anyway, so we can. See if we can get this one out. This is where it broke. Unfortunately, I don't know if you were just seeing that. This is where it broke. See there? So, yeah. So, we'll take it apart, and then it'll be probably about a week before we can order a new one, but that's alright. A little bit here, a little bit there. Technically, if we fix this, the saw could be put back into service if we had to. Because I can still run that bar, it's just, you know, it's getting to the end of its life. The chain's new, but so if we absolutely had to, we could, but it is what it is. So we'll just take it apart. Okay, and I think there's 2 on the bottom. Sometimes I think you need a damn extension. You know, it's crazy. It's like you don't think you need it, but you kind of do, and then you kind of don't, but you kind of do. It's like, what do, you know? It's like you're too close, so then your hands hit literally everything, and then you bruise your hands, and you cut your hands, you bleed, and everything else. And then if you put an extension on, well, then you're too freaking far away. So I'm not sure how you, still haven't figured out how you get the insulators or these things out yet, but maybe they'll come out as we loosen them. I don't know. That's how you learn, I guess. You just take shit apart and try to remember how to put it back together. So at least they're all the screws are all the exact same size. It's not like you have to have, you know, them in certain places. They can kind of just go wherever they want to go. So this one's kind of tight. I notice it goes into the handle. It goes into the where you put your hand or your foot to crank it from the ground. So that's kind of important, I guess. Okay, that's all of them on this side, I believe. I thought there would be one more. I think there is too. There's got to be one on that back side where you can't get to it. And no, you don't. There is a screw in there though. So, yeah. So it's kind of like there's nothing there. So now it's got to be let's go here. It's got to be in these caps. So what the fuck do you do to get them out? Because they don't come out. Do they twist out? That's what I like to know. This is what I'm afraid of because I could be breaking something. You know. But these have flat edges on them. Which tells me that you'd have to put a screwdriver in there and pry them out. So we're going to find out the hard way if I'm doing it right or doing it wrong. See what happens when I don't have my damn headlamp, so I can't really see what's going on under here. Oh, well, that come out. That's kind of not convenient. I don't know if that's a good... Well, I guess it kind of would be. More fucking junk behind it. Maybe you poke them out a little bit and then you can put some pliers on them or something. I don't know. I don't like doing this because I don't know what's... Like, I don't know if these just twist out or... I don't know what their story is. I need to be a little tighter, but... See, I'm just gonna wreck these freaking things doing this. And the freaking dirt in the freaking way because you think you cleaned it and then you didn't. You still end up finding tons more shit. Look at all this crap that apparently got left behind. Ah, come on, get out there. Because it's still fixed here, so you know something goes on in here. But of course, like an idiot, I didn't think to bring my... These don't look like they're... Oh, it's coming out slowly. Oh, it does. Oh, okay, yep, they are just caps. So I was right. They're just caps. Yeah, and it's got more screws down in there. Well, that's a little bit of a relief. Figured something was kind of up with that, because so yeah, they're all just screwed, because there's a screw in here that goes to here. That's where your insulator is at, or your or whatever, to lessen the vibration on your saw. So then you got another one here, another one here, and there probably should be one more on the other side, I would think. No, it's all on just on this one side. So let's see if we can get lucky and get this in there. Don't tell me you're a completely different size. There we go. Okay. I don't know how far this will have to go before it'll come out, but that's another thing I need to get to, is like some mini magnets that I can down in there, right? Oh, there we go. Well, just get creative, I guess, with that. So that should be free. Yep, it is. Okay, so then we switch over to this one now. Here we got two more. So we'll just try to see if we can. I wonder if two screwdrivers wouldn't be better. Well, kinda, yeah. Works better with two. You still nick these damn things though, which sucks. Well, this one's spared okay, I guess. The other one I think took a little bit of a beating. Yeah, there's another screw in there. So we can get. I want to move this screw over. There we go. I know you guys aren't probably seeing too much, but this one's kind of a. I mean, they're in there though, which is probably a good thing. Because you don't want these coming out, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get crap in there and you can't ever get them out again, the screws. So, yeah. They probably make a special tool for that, I'm sure, but we don't have it. I'm not going to look for it. Okay. That was wherever the hell it went. Here's your cap. So three rubber doohickeys on this side alone. Let's see if we can get this out. There we go. This ratchet is getting wore out because you can feel it, you know, it skips every now and then. It'll skip gears or teeth. But I've had this tool set since I was probably 18 years old. I think this was my first tool set I ever bought. Because I got way better ones now in the Blazer, but I wouldn't mind finding a new one. Wouldn't mind finding this exact same one though. It's a 123 set, so I think I wouldn't mind finding new ones. That's not gonna work. Finding a new tool set. This one was supposed to be for in the house, kinda, or. Ooh, I almost had you. Kind of on the go too a little bit, but see, this is where a magnet would pay off. Just right in there and you'd have it. Now let's try something I don't really like doing, but I guess we just do that then. Okay. So that works just as good, I guess. Okay. One more to go. And then we'll have it. That technically should be it then. I think it's all mostly just on this side that it's mounted on. And then 2 on the bottom. Yeah, just 2 on the bottom, and I think that's kind of it. Ooh. Well, we'll get that back, I'm sure of it. Right onto the floor. Okay, found it though. And there's your screw. So now, this should just come out. I don't want to have to remove the part or the brake. Let's see here. Shouldn't have to though. Help me understand. There we go. So you gotta go out the ass end with it. And there it is. There you go. See, I think these are your insulators here. Yeah, that's not attached anymore. That's kind of a problem. Yeah, there's no insulators in there. So they got to be in that, but they... I don't know how you would... I don't know if those come out or if they just... It looks like they do. Question is which way though, right? Ah, okay, yeah. They're just pressed in there too. So they do come out. You just gotta wobble them back and forth, I guess. I don't know which way. Well, I think you'd want to go. I don't think you want to go that way. I think you want to go this way with it. Like this way with it, I think. Not this way, because then you're going to run into the... Because I don't think they'll come out that way, though. Well, that's a good $1 million question, though, but... Because I don't know if the new one comes with them or not. You would think that they would, but... Well, I think it did. I can't remember. Because I wouldn't mind, like, if I could. Maybe, you know, like, salvage these. Keep these as spares, right? Because then you could, if you ever have an issue, you could just take one in, put one in real quick, like, and be done with it. But I don't think it goes out that way. I think you have to go, because it looks like you hit the plastic there. Let me try something just a little. I don't care if I destroy it because we're not going to use it anyway, but. Let's see if I can push the rubber thing back. No, I can't because I got the board thing or the no, it's a good question though. Maybe you can't, you know, maybe you're never meant to support, maybe you're just never supposed to, right? I don't know, but it'd be kind of something interesting to tinker around with, you know. So, and there's probably no part number on this, I would imagine. Oh, there is. I think it's right here. Not that it matters, but I'll have to take a picture of that, but 1127 791 1700. So I think that was the same part number that they showed on eBay. So there you go. So we took the old handlebar off and we'll put a new one on her when we get one. Just hopefully I remember how to put everything back together. So, but yeah, she's a little flimsy now. She don't have nothing there for support, but that's all right. She'll get her love. So a little bit here, a little bit there, I guess. So, but that's going to be kind of it. I'm just going to put some of my tools away because I'm not going to keep them out here because it might be a little while yet before we order a new one. Probably not a week or two yet, but which is probably a bad thing to be taking shit apart because you won't remember how to put it back together. But it doesn't look like it's all that hard. So, because I might need these tools later on for something else, so they can't be out here. Oh, get in there, little bastard. Come on. There you go. So, where did this come from? Here. Okay. You gotta remember to put this little guy back on too when we're done. Clean that up, make him look pretty again. There's all the screws for that. Must have kept it at the shop. Don't need this anymore, so we'll get rid of this. I still think somebody's stealing all my freaking my vice grips. I'm down to 2. Maybe I have one in the house. I don't really know, but I know that I used to have a lot more of these. I know I gave one to the welder. With time, I've been slowly giving these, you know, to like a machine, but the Tahoe has a much fancier one of these. This is one that's in the Tahoe is actually a Milwaukee brand. Not sure the hell I ever come across it, but I did. So I put the fancy one in the Blazer, and then basically every other machine has at least the small ones. I got a small one, I got a large one. I know I got one of these sizes in the welder. I'll have to look in the garage to see if I got another one sitting in the garage somewhere. But yeah, I used to have a whole big whack pile of them right here. You can see how they've been slowly just disappearing. I'm not sure if anybody's been stealing them or not, but it's going to be a little hard to steal shit now, especially when there's a camera in the shop now. So But I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. So, but yeah, other than that, that's going to be it. That's really all I got planned on doing. I didn't even know if I was going to get the handlebar off today or not, but it's off now, so it'll stay off until we get a new one. But technically, yeah, if we get a new handlebar within the next couple of weeks, we actually put it on, the saw actually would be ready for service. We could actually use it if we had to. I could still put my 16-inch bar back on and, run that for a little while if we had to. Because the bar is going to be probably very last, because that's like almost a $60 part. That was the sprocket was 26. That's going to be about 46. The chains are going to be, because I'm going to get 2 of them, but I think each chain's about $26. So I want 2 of those. I like to have spares. And then the bar. So, and that's all very expensive stuff. So, but hey, a little bit here, a little bit there, right? That's all that matters. So, I'm gonna try to put that in there too. So, I have to remember to go home and grab a lid for that. I don't think I have one. Nope. That's not gonna work. So, no big deal, whatever. But yeah. Oh, and then I'm gonna have to order, I think the same guy sells them. I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. But designed for an 18-inch. This is designed for a 16. So we need to get one bigger one of those. But that'll be the very last. I don't really even need it, but it's cheap insurance to have it, so why not? So yeah, other than that, that's it. That's all we can do to the old farm boss for now until we until we get the handlebar. So I don't know. See what happens, I guess. Got at least another week yet before it happens. Probably even 2 weeks. It's going to be a week before payday, and then there's probably going to be close to another week of, shipping time, depending on how far away the guy was. I'm not really too sure. I don't remember where the sprocket came from, but it should have been here yesterday, but something happened in the mail system and it didn't get put on a truck right away, so it ended up missing the morning shipment, so they had to put it on the next day's shipment, which was early this morning. So, and then to the local mail, and then they put it in my mailbox. So, but I just hope that sprocket will be good. It feels like it's heavier than the old one, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but whatever, I don't really care. So, yeah. So, if we get the saw fixed up here in the next couple of months, she'll be ready. Should be ready. So, other than that, that's going to be kind of it. I hope we, because I still got to order parts for the damn Tahoe, because I'm still not done with that either. So I got to try to get at least one more part yet. So if I can get one more part for the Tahoe and then one more part for the chainsaw, that'll be pretty much it then for the month of November. So, and then I think once December hits, we won't be doing any repairs, because I think the worst of it will be over with. These two were probably the worst jobs. The other one will be now just to put the new bar and chain on, which that's pretty easy to do. So, and then for the Tahoe, well, that will be a springtime thing. So, I don't know if I'll order the parts from my local GM dealer or not. I guess it depends on the pricing on their website. So, because I know the young guy says just to go to, I don't know if it was Napa or there's another place that you can get them online where it's pretty cheap. So, but it kind of just depends on shipping too. Like I'm not going to pay a crazy amount for shipping when I could just go to my GM dealer and just pay the price of the part and then a little bit of state tax and then that's it. So, and then I can call that in, you know, hell, even a week ahead of time if I want to. Like I could call today if I want, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait a few more days yet, and then because they may not have it in. I don't know. Some parts they don't keep in. I think most engine parts they do, but so they should, but I don't know. But they didn't have the gas cap in stock, which is understandable because that's a pretty rare item to go out. But yeah, ever since I put a new gas cap in there, my light hasn't come on. My check engine light hasn't come on, so that was the issue. It was just a bad fuel cap. So, and most people run around with check engine lights on, and it's probably like the stupidest thing ever. Like, you probably could just easily replace your gas cap, and it'd be fine. So, I don't know, but so yeah. And then my sister, she was up here Saturday. She wanted me to fix her headlights. She didn't have low beams. She had high beams, but no low beams. They're they're separate bulbs for that. So she went to the dealership where she got the car from originally, and they said, well, it's going to cost you $1,000 because they have to take the bumper off to change out the headlight bulbs, which is false because you don't really have to. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but you can do it to the high beams. I don't know what it really is for the low beams because I haven't really got a chance to mess with those too much because it was getting late. She had to try to get home before sundown because obviously after a certain point your headlights have to be on, and all she had was fog lights and high beams. So what I did is I replaced her headlights or the bulbs, thinking that those were her low beams. They were not. Those were her high beams. And she said that, well, the guy said that these bulbs were for both. Clearly the guy is the biggest fucking idiot known to mankind because no, those were her high beam headlight bulbs. Because those were H7s. That's like the part number of the light bulb. Her high beams or her low beams are H11s. So it's a bigger number. So and it's a completely different style of bulb. So they gave her the wrong ones on top of that. I changed out her what I thought were her low beams, but they were her high beams. So she has brand new high beam bulbs in. So that's one positive thing, I guess. But she said that her headlights, the one headlight, was filled up with water. And it was completely filled up with water. She said that happened when they drove through a big rainstorm one day. And I guess she just didn't know what to do, obviously. So she drove around with her headlights full of water, which is kind of a poor design because Big Red's been through tons of water, tons of snow. I washed Big Red all the time. Headlights are completely sealed up. There's no moisture getting in those or nothing. So what ended up happening, she lost her low beams because the water, I'm not sure if it was because they're plumb full or if it's because the water was swashing around in the headlight that it hit the headlight, it hit the bulb. And my guess is because headlight bulbs can get extremely hot and you have cold water touching them, that can cause a shock in the glass, shattering the glass in the headlight or in the bulb. So I think what happened is that the one light bulb shattered because of the extreme temperature change from being extremely hot to extremely cold because of the water. It corroded everything. Everything's just completely rusted and corroded. There's no cleaning it. There's no fixing it. But I think what happened is that it went through the wiring, went to the other low beam light bulb, short circuited there, and then blew that bulb. Both of her low beam headlights the bulbs were completely shattered. I've never seen that before. I was like, what the hell? That's not even right. So yeah, so there's really there's nothing more I could have done because she didn't have the right light bulbs. They gave her the wrong ones because they're a fucking moron. So, and the headlights, they're just beyond damage. There's nothing they're gonna really do with them. Yes, you could put new bulbs in them, but how long is that going to last before they short circuit again because of the rust? Or she drives through another rainstorm and they get filled up with water again. She really shouldn't have to pop her hood after every rainstorm, take the drain plugs out and drain the water out. That's just something you shouldn't have to do. It makes no goddamn sense. So, yeah, so, and the only way that you can replace the headlights, like the whole entire fixture, is the bumper has to come off. That's the only way you can do that. So, but for just changing the bulbs out, you don't really have to. I didn't, but that was her high beams. I don't know, the low beams would have been a little bit different, I suppose, but I know on the passenger side, I actually had to take the air box out because there was just not quite enough room there to get my hand in there to twist the bulb back into place because it kept hitting the air tube. So, it's like, this is getting annoying. It's rubbing on my skins, it's, making me bleed and everything because it's all just so crammed in there. So I just took the air box out and made it much easier to get to the passenger side. I don't know what the driver's side would have been like, but then, I had to kind of do that anyway because her passenger side headlight was fighting. Because it's kind of like Big Red. It's just a twist and then it pops out. It's a twist and then you pop it back in. That's it. On her car, it's the same way, but they're using metal tabs and metal screws. So, but there was something kind of wonky there because I couldn't get it to latch right. It was such a damn fight. So then I ended up taking one of the screws out. I tried to get to the other one, but you can't get to it because the headlight fixture and everything's in the way. That's a poor design. So you probably need special tools, and I don't think I have special tools. So what I ended up doing is I just ended up taking that screw all the way out, the one that I could get to, twisting it into place to where the other tab is behind the screw, the one that I can't get to, and then pushing it with my hand and then running the other screw back in and then just tightening the shit out of it. So that's not how it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be a quick release design, but no, it wasn't. So, but it didn't do any good either, the fact that she had the wrong bulbs. So chances are she's probably just going to have to get paid $1,000 and get whole new headlight fixtures and everything to have her headlights back, because that's beyond what I can do. I can't pull bumpers off because I'm not gonna lay on my fucking back, and then everything's probably so damn rusty, so I'm not gonna fuck around with it. Her car is only 1 year newer than my Tahoe, so I'm not doing that. So And then she had a rear turn signal out on the driver's side and the taillight there. So got a new bulb, put the new bulb in there. Okay, it was working fine. Put everything back together, and then we took a break. It was time for her to leave, so she left. But we decided to do one more walk around of it to just make sure everything was still good. And the damn turn signal light quit working again. It's like, what the hell? So I had to pull the taillight back out, which luckily it's just two plastic thumb screw type nuts. Loosen them fucking things off, pull the taillight back off, wiggle the bulb a little bit. We'll come to find out the bulb's loose. It's the correct one, but it doesn't click into place. I can't get it to click. So something there is wonky too, so I don't know if she's going to... I don't know. You know, maybe they can come up with something. Maybe they could just cut the end off and wire a new end on. I don't know. It's beyond what I can do, really. So, it probably just needs a new end on the wire, but they may not want to do that. They may just say, fuck it, and just rewire the car completely. It's like, well, if you got to rewire the damn car, you might as well just get a whole new fucking car then, because you're sinking too much money into a car that's already older than the hills, and you know, it's not worth it, you know, really. So but I think let's see, I'm trying to remember now, but I think that car originally came from an old grandma. I think she bought it new many years ago. I think she was the original owner of it. And it's had a pretty good life, apparently. So it goes from the old grandma. She obviously quit driving, or she died, or something happened to her, or whatever. They sold the car, gave it back to the dealership, and then they resold it to my sister. And now the thing's a piece of shit. You know, like everything that's going wrong can go wrong, or is going wrong. It's like, I don't know, and her headlights, you know, they're so damn yellow because of the corrosion and rust that's been going on in the light fixture, that the water changed color, obviously, and then it stained the lenses. So her lenses are just complete junk. So even if you did get new bulbs put in, they're probably going to have that kind of a yellow effect to it, which I don't know if that's legal to have such like an amber colored headlight. Maybe, I don't know. But so basically this told her, it's like, well, you have two options. You can either go back with factory original ones again, which you can, I mean, they could get a hold of them too, but you can also order them online. Or you could get LEDs, upgrade to LEDs or HIDs, you know. But that's going to cost you a little bit more money, but I mean, you might as well have brighter headlights. It's going to piss everybody else off, but fuck them, right? So, but whatever. That's the plans with the Tahoe too. At some point, as the headlights start to crap out or the lenses start to crap out, I'm just going to switch mine over to LEDs. Same with the taillights. Everything's still working perfectly fine, so that's why I'm not touching it. And the brightness level and everything out of those is perfectly fine, so I'm not going to change them out just because I want LEDs. Like, I'll change them out when I have an actual reason to. Right now, they're fine. Even if it's just a bulb that craps out. I think you technically could just replace the bulb with an LED. But how that would look against a, you know, like a stock headlight fixture, I don't know. It may not glare right, so then it won't be as bright as it should be. But I don't know. I mean, I could do that to the Tahoe if I want to. I could put LED headlights in it and LED taillights, and I would like to do that. But it's not needed as of right now because everything still works perfectly fine. So I'm not going to spend the money on it if they work fine. If I crack the headlight, you know, like if I hit a tree branch or something, or I back into something, you know, and I break a taillight, well, then I'll switch them over to LEDs. But for now, I'm just going to keep running them because there's nothing wrong with them. They're not cracked, they're not faded, they're not damaged in any way. There's no water in them, thank fucking God. So I think mine are a little more sealed. But everything's fine, so I'm not going to worry about them. And then Big Red's headlights, well, I'm going to have to put those back to factory originals because I got LED bulbs in there, but they don't do shit. So when Big Red gets put back in service, I'm going to pull out the LEDs and put factory original bulbs back in it. Because they were more yellowish, but they were still 30 times brighter than these LEDs. So I need the brightness more than anything else. So, but whatever. So, but yeah. So I guess, guys, I'm going to take off. That's what we did to the software today. New needle bearing and sprocket, and next month will be a new handlebar. We already took the old one off now, and it'll stay off until we get a new one. So there you go. That'll be next month's deal, which is probably in about 2 weeks, I guess. And then we'll be done. So, well, done for now until we get the bar and chain, but the worst of it will be over with. So, but yeah, I guess, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.